thank you for staying with us.
I hope you're enjoying our set, by the way. It's,
I screamed out something just before the end of that last segment. I'm wondering if you heard it. A lot of people, I'm not going to say whether men or women, they have this...
Men or women?
Well, the women's zone is pregnancy, most of the time. Even though these days a lot of young people actually have, young girls have paunches, and we've been told by nutritionists who have come here that it is because they eat too much junk food. But for the men, it's probably a combination of too much beer, too much pounded yam. You know that nutritionist who said that if you want to eat swallow, it should not be more than the size of a tennis ball. So those who are eating 10 tennis balls
in Africa,
you see the evidence.
Anyway,
we'll catch up with you.
No comment.
It is natural to have some fat in that area, but sometimes it's too much. Having too much belly fat may harm your health and increase your risk of developing certain chronic diseases. So, keeping your total body fat, including your belly fat, at a normal, healthy level is very helpful.
So, what's normal?
So, what types of belly fats are there? Well, that and many other questions we're going to be asking Queen Iwo.
You saw her earlier, so...
Already? She's been revealed?
She's been unveiled.
Queen Iwo is a naturopath, wellness, and lifestyle coach with international certifications to her credit. She passionately teaches and inspires people to flourish in wellness and wholeness, according to John 3:2. Good morning, Queen.
Good morning, ma'am.
Thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure to be here, and this is such a beautiful set.
Oh, thank you very much.
I should be blushing, but my blushing cream has expired.
Well, I am blushing, and so is my dress. We're all blushing. Now, let's start from the beginning, or at least where I think is the beginning.
Okay.
What are the types of belly fats?
First of all, what is belly fat?
When I was introducing, I said as a result of too much pounded yam and too much beer. Did I make any sense?
Yes, you did, absolutely.
Okay,
so
good.
We have,
I can sit down with pride.
So there are different types of belly fats, but I think it's important to understand how this comes. Generically, first and foremost, the body has its capacity in what it can handle per time. Ironically, the body doesn't know how to tell you, I've had enough. So there's a tendency for us, and in this part of the world, food makes us alive.
Oh, yes.
So we tend to eat more than the belly ought to get in what it needs, really, and then most of what is remained, because the body cannot tell you, okay, so what am I supposed to do this? Okay, send this out, do this, that. It does what it needs to do. Every other thing gets stored as fat in the body.
What about the one that goes out?
So the one that is so the one that actually now stays around the midsection is even more dangerous. Why? Because within your organs it can be visceral fat, and those are the kind of fats that lead to all kinds of diseases, heart disease, cancers. The list is just
all
endless.
These lifestyle people, when they come, they just come here to scare us.
Not really. There's always good news. Trust me. There's always good news. But that's the truth. So what happens is, God, first and foremost, we must be thankful to God, because God has so designed the body in such a way that it will survive. But when the body gets into survival mode and it needs to stay alive, then it begins to go into those panic mode of, I need to send this out. I need to keep functioning. So where's the next place to go? There's still space in the belly, so let me put some there.
Let me sit myself there comfortably.
Pretty there. Well, not supposed to be pretty, but I just have to find space. So when the fats, around the tummy outward is full, then it then goes inside to the organs to be visceral fat. So a lot of people really don't understand how this works. So that's why you hear people say, oh, something will kill somebody one day and things like that. Yeah.
Sorry. We had a doctor here once who said that human beings are actually the only one of God's creatures that eats 3 times a day. And it's like regimental. We must eat 3 times a day.
You didn't say it right. 3 square
meals.
I think there is
and
a
snacks
shift.
to top it up.
I think there is a shift.
So that eating 3 times a day that we have become accustomed to, that we take as natural, is actually harmful to us, is it?
So, let me try to balance a bit. It's not so much about eating 3 times a day, but the question is, what exactly are we eating? What is the quality of what we're eating? What is the quantity of what we're eating? So if someone, another thing also is, there are people who have different levels of energy expenditure, daily. People who are really active, people who go to the gym, who are sports people, those people tend to eat much. Why? Because their body consumes, what they eat as fuel. But even at that, they also have to eat healthy. And that's why you see sports people have specific diets that they eat. But on this side, on the other side, we eat much more than the body needs. We eat too much of what the body doesn't need. And then we just continue like that. So imagine when the body accumulates over time, someone who is given to pastries, for example. Yes, I know, right? Pastries, for example, and then it is continuous. So imagine how flour does not benefit your body, how, there's nothing processed, it's not fibrous, so it's not even, it's not digesting real quick. It's high in sugar because all the nutrients are out. So the more people who every morning when they get to the office, they must take their meat pie or their donut and their coffee and that, right? So as sweet and as classy as that looks, your body is not looking sweet and is not looking classy
at
internally.
All. Okay, let's just say, because for the single reason that we don't have as much time as we would have loved to have for this conversation, let's just say this is part 1 ahead, But you said when you said how do these things happen? Look, what is the reason for eating? I feel hungry.
Full stop.
2. This is what I feel like eating.
Meat pie.
And then that's eating. Then I now have a craving.
Amazing.
For ice cream.
For whatever. So please help us balance. I feel hungry, or I am hungry, and I decide this is what I want to eat. To quote Chief Zebrodaya Okorigbenwobo, alias 430, upon on top of that, I now have a craving. What in the world could be wrong with that? I'm human. Why are you nodding?
So because I'm just nodding like, okay, so let's respond to this. All right. One of the things that a lot of us are not mindful of is being aware of our bodies. A lot of people are not aware of their bodies. So a lot of people are just on cruise mode. So you're not even aware of your body. You don't know what is happening to you. And that's why they say people just slump. The body probably was giving signals, but because of lack of awareness. So your life is a whole, is complete, it's spirit, mind, body. So people just focus on body alone, or spirit alone, or mind alone. It's a complete package. So where this comes in is a function of eating particular kinds of food that now spike the insulin levels that now cause cravings. So you find people who are already eating those kind of high fat diets, saturated fat, unhealthy fat, you find them craving more. So those people, usually their lifestyle is like, I'm low on sugar. I need something to pop my energy level. Give me energy drink. Give me something. They eat and they feel good. And then after that, they wait a minute and oops, I need to choose something. So it's all about the feeling, the psychological aspect. Why? Because you have been feeding the body in a specific way that now is determining what it wants for you.
Now, there are people take different approaches to dealing with this belly fat. which ones would you say people need to give a little more attention to? There are those who take all kinds of things. This thing they say is works on Facebook, and then I just go and get it. It doesn't work. Oh, there's another one that is working, and then they go get it. And all those things, and slimming tea, and all those things, and then they're now herbal, whatever it is, all kinds of things that people come up with. And then someone comes and says, all of those things don't work. You have to exercise, hit the gym. There's a gym that says if you can wear it, then you can pull it off, and all of those things. So when people have that, particularly women, are very, very conscious about their bodies. What's the reasonable approach to dealing with this body fat issue?
So what I'm going to say is not what people expect to hear, but it's a word: intentionality. The moment you become intentional, it becomes possible. And what do I mean? Become intentional about improving the quality of your health. So many times people are chasing fat belly or flat belly and failing to realize that health is paramount. The minute you begin to get it right with your health, every other thing will fall in place. And for you to become intentional, then you begin to seek knowledge. You find the right community, find the right coaches, take time to study your body. And this is a journey, and it's a lifetime journey, basically. Understanding how your body works, your metabolism, when something is out of whack, okay, no, I'm stressed, okay, why is this happening? Why am I having headache? It all boils down to intentionality. There is no one size fits all when it comes to belly fat at all. No one size fits all. Your body mechanism is different from mine, right? So there's something I would eat that works so well with me. You may eat it and your body just goes out of, sync. So it's important that we all understand what works. And also, because of the seasons of our lives, there are times where we're highly stressed, where, you need to understand those times. So it's about being intentional about your health.
Okay.
So when you're intentional, then you begin to know what next. So at this moment, what do I need?
Now, there's something you said the other time about people listening to their bodies. The only pair of ears on my body is in my ears. And they are for hearing words and sound.
Not for hearing.
And my body cannot speak except through my mouth. My mouth doesn't even understand the language that my body is speaking. So how do people listen to their bodies?
Practice mindfulness.
Please translate that into English.
What that means is basically just understanding how you feel when you wake up in the morning could be a pointer. So a lot of people, because of the nature of 21st century, people are living on repeats. Just play, press, pause, stop, play. So when it's weekend, you wake up in the morning, how exactly are you feeling? I feel tired and I feel exhausted. Can you take a moment to interpret it? And then what do you think you need in that moment?
I'd like you to counsel someone on that. Some people have a wiring in their minds that I must just keep going. They have what they call success mentality. I want to succeed, and it's a function of hard work. And you burn the midnight candle, even the mid-morning candle, if there is any like that. And so, speak to someone who, right now, who is, well, let me not say desperate, who is determined and doing everything. Having read that Mark Zuckerberg was sleeping in one room for days, having read that all kinds of people started their businesses in various kinds of ways, what would you say to those people now about the need for them to listen to their bodies? Because they are probably saying, when that success comes, I'm going to do all the things that she's saying, but for now, I need to make the money.
You have only one life to live in one body and time to make it count. You do not have two spare parts in the body. And if peradventure there would be a replacement, it will cost you all the money you're trying to accumulate. Truth is, you have this life that God has given you. The best thing you can do is to take care of your body. Yes, there will be times where you have to go through seasons, but do not let that be a continuous marathon, because one day the body will say, I've had enough, and may that not be your portion, like we say in Jesus, like everybody will want to just claim in Jesus' name, well, but that's a prayer, may that not be your portion. So I would advise, learn to stop, look and listen. Listen to your body, look at your lifestyle and how you're navigating, and then take time to make adjustments. And where you get overwhelmed, please seek professional help. You always will find.
You know, help me speak to some people, men and women, but especially women in most cases, who are so conscious of their bodies. My belly fat is this, my belly fat is that. What would you advise them now? You're telling them it's a journey, it's a marathon, but they want it in a sprint.
Okay. The first thing to do is to be grateful for the fact that you are alive and God has created you so. You are unique, there's no one else like you. And you must embrace yourself so that you can embrace the process, and then you can create the transformation or the magic that you so desire. If you do not, collaborate with yourself or work in harmony with yourself, you wouldn't be able to achieve it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Queen
so much.
Iwo, thank you very much for coming to talk to us today.
Well, Iwo Akinyoyeno,
yes,
naturopath.
Akinyoyeno.
So well, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sure my husband is watching. Not again.
Not again, right?
I'll try Akinyoyeno.
Don't worry. The next time you are coming, you will record it and play it.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you, my pleasure.
All right, something new is taking off today on the program, and it is this. Abidemi, my colleague, is standing by.